Among the drivers considered to be the future of Formula 1, Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc are currently rated by many as the sport's brightest stars. While some see Max as the slightly better of the two, Leclerc's teammate Sebastian Vettel may think otherwise, as he has now explained. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Leclerc to be bigger star than Verstappen. The race in Turkey saw both Max and Charles making uncharacteristic mistakes. While Max spun a couple of times to throw away what seemed a likely win at one point, and Charles lost second place with just a few corners to go. Vettel began by praising Leclerc. I think having Charles as a teammate, I often see myself in him as well. He's a lot younger, he's very quick. He then elaborated on why this missed podium isn't that big of a deal for Leclerc. I haven't had the chance to talk to him yet, but I will tell him later that being on the podium or not actually is a bit irrelevant for him because he has so many years ahead of him and so many podiums to come, which I'm sure of. He then reiterated how difficult the race was for everyone. I'm happy for anything that he achieves and will achieve in the future because he's a good kid. But yeah, obviously it was a very tough race, and I think all of us, we were very close to losing it completely at various stages of the race. Obviously, it's extra painful when it happens in the last lap. Vettel signed off by giving his take on where Leclerc stands with respect to Max Verstappen. I think Charles will be the biggest star in the future, even more than Max. In 10 years' time, it won't make any difference that he didn't make it to this podium. Fast feed. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko confirmed that after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, they will make a decision about Alex Albon's future with Red Bull. McLaren's Lando Norris feels that Williams' George Russell is an extraordinary driver, even if it is difficult for him to prove it at the moment. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has stated that they are looking towards the end of the year to sign his and his driver Lewis Hamilton's future contracts. His other driver Valtteri Bottas has reflected on the Turkish Grand Prix as being a long race, such a long day. He added that he struggled to stay on track, couldn't steer, and there was a piece missing from the front wing. It was a survival run. Renault's Daniel Ricciardo has revealed that he had looked at the replays of the opening lap in Turkey to make sure there was nothing else he could have done to prevent the collision with teammate Esteban Ocon. He further elaborated that Esteban set up well from the outside and Lewis was on the inside, so he was a bit stuck, which was a pity. 2016 world champion Nico Rosberg feels that Lewis Hamilton's 7th title win is surely one of the greatest achievements in the history of sports. Honda F1 boss Toyoharu Tanabe has suggested there were several weaknesses, not necessarily one big mistake, that led to Red Bull's poor showing at the Turkish Grand Prix. Toto Wolff has suggested that there was not one thing, not one foot Hamilton put wrong at the Turkish Grand Prix, whilst everybody else did. Hamilton, meanwhile, has stated that when he stops, he wants to be embracing and encouraging the next youngsters that are here, whether it's Lando, whether it's George, whoever it may be, whether it's Max. He also feels you have to have a good team, and of course you have to have a great car. There is no driver that's ever really won, the championship in the past without it. Vettel doesn't doubt that he can do a good job in the car, and he doesn't feel that anything has changed. His teammate Charles Leclerc feels that Vettel deserves the podium in Turkey as it's not been a good year for him. And Racing Point have revealed they discovered damage to the underside of Lance Stroll's front wing that was a significant contributor to the graining issues he experienced during his second and third stints on the intermediate tyres. Who will be a bigger star of the future, Leclerc or Verstappen? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.